duck cups its wings and you know it's coming to you. That's the coolest thing. Pulling a trigger is really not the most important part of duck hunting to me. That's just such a small part of it. Calling ducks, fooling them to coming in and landing in the decoys, man, that is what does it for me.
That's what makes me survive duck season come January, is because I know that the chance is there to have that one moment in history that will never repeat itself again.
A ton of birds here, but can we set here? That's the question.
The wind was wrong. The rain was coming down sideways. It was just horrible. The learning curve for sea duck hunting, there is no curve. So you need to know what's going on under your boat with tide. You have to know what's going on above your boat with wind. And then you'll have a current that is sweeping around the rocks in any other direction. So you don't want to trial and error when there is no error. Indy, come on.
I'm Joel Strickland. I live in Central Arkansas with my wife and our baby girl. I'm a director and producer, and I've worked in the film and television industry since 1986. But during duck season, I'm a full-time duck hunting guide and chef at Cypress Crossing Duck Club near Stuttgart, Arkansas. I went on my first duck hunt in 1985, so I have almost as much experience in film production as I do duck hunting. Shoot 'em! I've hunted in 40 states, all across Canada and Mexico. I've had so many cool experiences hunting all over North America, but hunting in my home state of Arkansas is still my very favorite place to hunt. Good, Indy. All right.
My name is Jeremiah Brooks. Had a good career in the United States Navy. I started Ocean State Outfitters, the company, in 1999-2000 when I got stationed at Naval Healthcare New England, Newport, Rhode Island. We found out we had all these population of eiders, birds that were, you can only shoot them here or in Alaska. So all my military friends down there wanted me to take them out hunting, and that's how it all got started. The male common eider, oh, they're absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful salmon colored chest, lime green cheeks, dark black head.
And you kill him. That's it. Pow!
I'm Jason Craig. I live in North Texas, just about an hour west of Fort Worth. We train dogs and we duck hunt every single day of the season. We train for Dark Timber Kennels full time. This is what we do. We train duck dogs, high-end hunting dogs, not field trial dogs, not competition dogs. We do our own breeding. We do not take client dogs out of other people's breedings. If you want a dog from us, it's going to be a dog that is born and bred here. They're going to be trained here, and they're going to stay here until they're done. I grew up in Maryland, close to the Pennsylvania border. I shot my first duck when I was 6 years old, so this has been pretty much a lifelong pursuit. Moved to Central California for a few years, hunted the local rivers there, back and forth. Ended up in Idaho for a few years, so I hunted big migrations of greenheads. Yeah. Now we're in Texas, been here about 10 years. Have acclimated very well over to the Texas way of duck hunting because it's fairly easy compared to the East Coast way. And that's basically because we have large migrations of birds that push through pretty quick, but we do a lot of homework. We do a lot of scouting, we have the proper properties, and we manage our duck numbers very, very well. In the years past, we've outfitted quite a bit more than we do now. So we guide, but we don't guide full-time, 7 days a week. We just hunt 7 days a week. The days that I don't have clients, we take our young dogs hunting. You know, our young client dogs out, and then give them the experience and teach them the early lessons for development that they're going to need when they go out and actually go into the real world and start hunting in various parts of the country, which our dogs go pretty much everywhere. Our way is different here. We've gunned East Coast, West Coast, North, South, and they're all different, but Texas, especially North Texas, is completely different. So you're not going to be hunting huge crop fields. We don't have big tidal marshes. We don't have huge rivers that run through that allow the birds to come down the corridor and just end up in your lap. Here we are hunting stock tanks. We are hunting open fields, cattle properties, mostly just runoff water. And so because of that, if you're not in the right location, you are absolutely not going to do well.
Cypress Crossing Duck Club is owned by my buddy Scott Kerr and his wife Jennifer. I met Scott in 2011. At the time, he had recently started Cypress Crossing and was looking for a guide. We see eye to eye on duck hunting and property management, so it was a perfect fit. In just a few short years, we've built a strong reputation of being one of the premier commercial duck hunting lodges in Arkansas. We have a nice, comfortable lodge, and we put a lot of importance on the food we serve. The evening meals would be like something you'd get at a really nice restaurant. And our hunting is exceptional. We have 8 properties scattered about 20 miles in the Stuttgart area. We have agricultural fields, rice and soybeans, and we have flooded green timber and quite a bit of moist soil habitat. And that's a major reason for our success. A lot of ground spread out and a lot of different types of habitat that we can control the water on, and then managing that water and when we hunt. Scott Kerr does an absolutely incredible job of that. In my 30 some odd years of duck hunting, I've had the opportunity of hunting with some really great duck hunters and some unbelievable duck callers. Scott is definitely one of those top 2 or 3 guys that I've known and hunted with. He's a great caller, a phenomenal duck hunter and guide, and someone who really understands waterfowl and knows how to manage the hunting pressure, so we have ducks pretty much all season. As tough of a duck season as most people had in 2018 to 2019, we had birds all season. We may not have shot the numbers that we usually do, but we did okay, and better than most anyone else around.
Show them to me.
I tell you, to watch the sunrise every morning and everything, you can't replace it with anything. Being able to spend every morning out here, it's amazing, amazing. And it isn't all about the money. It is a living, it's a way of life. Sea duck hunting guides and captains, we're pretty much the special ops of the duck hunting industry, because not only are we continuing with Mother Nature, we have tides, winds, everything, and it is the most extreme on the coast.
Kill him, that's it. Let him come, kill him.
Until I started guiding full time, didn't go every day. I mean, we would go as often as we could. Usually it's maybe 3 or 4 days a week. But in the last several years as I've been a guide, it's every day. And it sounds like, well, gosh, that would be awesome to go duck hunting every day. But try going duck hunting 5 or 6 days in a row and see how you feel. I mean, there's a lot of the guys that come duck hunting with us and they'll hunt 3 days or maybe 4. And on the 3rd day, man, those guys are getting tired. Like, I don't know how you do it. The wonder of what's going to happen tomorrow morning when we go out. Is it going to happen again? Are we going to be able to pull it off one more time? And that's what it's about. 35 days into duck season in January, and you've been getting up, at 4 or 4:15 every morning. It's the passion. It's We love to do it. You know, it's a lot of work, a lot of work.
Scouting after you hunt, come back, get your gear ready. Hey, this broke, let's go fix it, let's go weld it, let's go re-rig another dozen decoys.
Those hard days and then trying to convince yourself that I gotta get up tomorrow and be fresh and do it all over again for this new group of guys that come in. That's surviving duck season. And then you get to the last week of duck season and you're counting down the days, you know, 6 more days till the end, 5 more days to the end. I mean, we could be, you know, shooting them really good every day, but man, you're just so tired and you're so drained.
You're beat up, you're run down, your kids kept you up all night, somebody's sick, I'm sick, whatever. Still gonna go get in the blind the next morning. I may be miserable and I may complain about it, but guess what? I'm happy I did when I got there.
It's usually about 2 or 3 days after duck season closes, I get a little bit of rest, and then I start wishing that I was going duck hunting in the morning. And at that time, I start counting down the days for duck season to start. Hey, thanks for watching, but before you go, I want to show you a real cool video. Check this out. If you want to find out more about the story of this video and see the rest of the footage that goes with it, follow the link at the end of the video. And make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell notification button. Don't forget to do that. So until next time, I'm Joel Strickland. Good hunting and God bless.